Hi guys, it's Charlie, and today is my top surgery update and 11 months on testosterone. So, I haven't done one of these in a while, and I think it's because from about 8 months my progress slowed down a lot. So it's nothing bad, but I just think that the changes started to ease off a little bit. Like for example the voice, I don't think it's going to get much lower than this if you listen to my last few comparison videos. I'm not posting on YouTube as much anymore, so if you want to keep up to date with them every single month, you can go see those on my Instagram at TransBoyderUs, which I'll pop a link down below for. But I'll swap a little comparison in here just to show you what I mean.
Hi guys, this is Charlie and this is my voice 1 day on testosterone.
Hi guys, this is Charlie and this is my voice 4 months on testosterone. Hi guys, my name is Charlie and this is my voice 8 months on testosterone. Hi guys, my name is Charlie and this is my voice 11 months on testosterone. So I was 11 months on the 23rd and I am now 11 days away from top surgery. So just over a week. So I had my pre-op yesterday and this video is just mainly going to be talking about that. And also, if you've been keeping up to date with my other top surgery update videos, you will know that I was still kind of indecision / being made aware of whether I was allowed periareola or whether I was going to go for double incision. So I'll be talking about what decision was made and why in this video as well. So for those of you who don't know, I am going to get top surgery privately with Peter Kneeshaw in Hull. I made this decision based on results mainly for the surgery which I was hoping to have and which I kind of thought at the time I was definitely going to have, or almost definitely going to have, which was the periareola. If you don't know much about this, feel free to do a little bit of kind of googling and other videos and stuff, but the gist of it is that there will be less scarring, but it's only allowed on smaller chests. But I'll go into all of that later because I'll explain why I was deciding between the two. But I picked Peter Kneeshaw because his peri results are very good, his waiting times on the private were very good, and I was hoping to get my chest sorted and ideally healed to a certain point before I started university, which I'm doing in September. And those were my reasons for picking him. So I originally had a Skype consultation with him, which I think I talked about briefly in one of my other videos, where we just discussed what options I had and what I was looking for, and then I had my pre-assessment yesterday. So I drove to Hull. I originally had, so the first appointment I had was with a nurse, and this was just them running me through a bit of paperwork and talking to me about different things that they needed to know. So I'll see if I can find all the papers I got. Okay. So before I went to my pre-assessment, actually, I had to already fill out something which they sent me in the post, and I had to send it back, and it asked about certain family medical history, about drug use, smoking, and drinking. Ideally, if you do smoke, you should try and quit or stop. I think it's 2 weeks before. Definitely not on the day, but there's lots, they'll talk to you about that. But it's best to be as honest as possible on those sheets. They are really there to help you. There's no kind of, if for example with the drug use, there's no kind of involvement with the police and it's nothing to do with judgment. It's about the anesthesia or about different healing times with the smoking, for example. So it's best to be as honest as possible. They're not there to judge, they're there to help. So I'd answer all these questions. They wanted to double check a couple things with me about that, and then they asked me a few more questions. I think one of them was surrounding sleep apnea. I don't actually know that that's the case, but the questions sounded a lot like it. It was about the loudness of my snoring, whether people had ever seen me stop breathing. I'm out of breath. It's really hot here at the moment. Just things like that, so I wish I had none of that stuff, but again, be as honest as you can, and that would be for the best. They gave me this. It's a little medical bag, and it says, please bring all your medications, vitamins, and minerals with you in this bag. Leave them in the original packs and boxes as they are given to you by the pharmacy. And then write the name and date on. I don't know if I'm going to not write that until I get there in case they want to write that themselves. But yeah, they just gave me that. So I'm just going to have to bring my Tosterin gel with me, which is the testosterone. I don't personally have to stop taking testosterone before the surgery. They've told me that. I know that with some of the other testosterons you possibly do, but don't ask me which ones because I don't know. So, other things that I got given. I got a package about how to wear your care socks, which I know are to stop deep vein thrombosis, I believe. So that's just how to put them on, what they are, etc. About general anaesthetic. I've had general anaesthetic once. I was very young. I was about 6. The only thing I remember is that the doctor started putting it into my arm, and I said, "Ooh, it looks like milk." And he said, "Well, you don't want to drink it," and then I fell asleep. Fasting. So, before my surgery, I've got this all written down, so you know what, I might go get that piece of paper as well. Okay, so I'm allowed to eat food until 4. So my admission time is 8 a.m. So I'm allowed to eat food until 4 a.m. and I'm allowed to drink water until 8 a.m. They also recommended to me that when I do eat foods, I try and eat fibrous foods, because if you go in constipated, I think there's a slight issue with the medication. So they tell you to do your very best to avoid coming in constipated. But they gave me a little thing about fasting, just in case I needed any more information about that. They gave me information about pain relief. I'm going to obviously get retold this afterwards, since they'll be providing some of the pain relief, and then I will be doing the rest myself. And just in case, they gave me a leaflet about a blood transfusion. That's just if an emergency arose and I needed one, I had to sign consent that I'm happy for that to be the case. I know with certain religions, blood transfusions are banned, therefore they do need your signed consent, and that's just all the information on it in case I did have to have that, but it's very unlikely. I spoke to the nurses for a little while. They asked me if I had any questions for them. I was also allowed to ask Mr. Niche, or my surgeon, some questions, so I kind of saved the ones that I thought only he would answer for then. But I asked them, I think, a couple of questions. I can't remember quite what they were. They were very nice, very helpful. And then I was all done with them. Hello, editing Charlie putting in, because the other thing the nurses did is that they weighed me and did my BMI, blood pressure, and they actually took some blood as well. So that will be something that I imagine they do in most cases. If not, it might be something you want to mentally prepare for, and then if worst comes, or like best comes to best and they don't, at least you were prepared for it. So then I left, I went back to the waiting room, and then I had my consultation with Mr. Nishaw. It was a little bit scary, because this was when I was finally having my chest examination, and he was going to tell me which kind of surgery he would recommend, and basically tell me what the plus sides and downsides for both of them were. And I already had a vague idea from what we'd said over Skype. So there was him and one other nurse in the room. I think this is pretty standard requirement for if they're going to do any kind of examination. I had a little chat with him first. We just spoke about a few things, and then he asked if I was comfortable getting undressed. So I went round the back and took all my clothes off, well, top half off, and the nurse kind of stood in the corner, which, I don't know, I almost felt, I probably felt a little bit more uncomfortable with her there than him, because obviously he actually performs these surgeries, so I'm sure he's very used to seeing trans male chests. I'm not sure how often she is in the room. It just, I don't know. It was probably more in my head than an actual hospital thing. Obviously the whole thing's just very uncomfortable. I obviously, being so far along on testosterone, I know I do look a bit weird. And just having her kind of in the corner watching, I guess it just felt a bit like, it felt weird. It was all just a bit odd. My dysphoria was really bad. It was the worst dysphoria I've had in a while. Obviously, it's something medical. It can't be helped. That's not his fault. It's not my fault. It is just how it is. I mean, I have body dysphoria around this area. That's why I need to have the surgery. And obviously having someone look at my chest, which almost no one has ever done, was weird. There was kind of more touching than I was expecting. Nothing bad, but obviously has to feel for skin elasticity. and because I do have quite a small chest, it was kind of like all hands on. He also kind of spoke to me while he was doing it and asked questions, and I was awkwardly like staring off into the distance. So I kind of have to look at him while he was talking to me because I was trying to be polite, but then he's just staring flat out at my chest. So, weird. Not a comfortable experience, but if you're about to get top surgery, that's kind of all I could think about. I was just sat there thinking, oh, soon it'll be over, like, won't have to deal with this ever again. I don't know if it made it better or worse. I was just like, oh, I want a flat chest. But yeah, it was all done very professionally. It was all fine. I put my clothes back on and I came round, and this is where there's a couple differences with surgeries. With double incision, the whole nipple is kind of adjustable. So with periareola, the areola, which is the part around the nipple, is changed to make it look more masculine, but the nipple itself, the little bumpy out bit, but yeah, that bit doesn't change. I have one inverted nipple, so that can't be changed, and I already knew this. How with double incision he'd be completely able to fix that. And then also with double incision, the nipple is taken off completely and then put back on, which means it can be put anywhere, whereas with peri it's not able to be moved too much. It gets a little bit higher, but it doesn't get that much higher. Now, my nipples are slightly lower than would be ideal. My guess and his guess is from kind of a lot of years of binding. They're just a bit lower. So the ideal placement would be kind of where the pectoral line comes in. That's where you want your nipples to be. Mine will be kind of like on the line as opposed to slightly above the line. But I already knew this one as well. And he showed me a picture example of someone with slightly lower nipples, and honestly, it looked much better than I was expecting. It was not noticeable. I mean, at least to me, it's all relative, but personally looking at it, I didn't think, oh, that person has really low nipples by any standard, and I think theirs was slightly lower than mine would be. So I was perfectly happy with that. The third and final thing was that there might be a bit of crumpling, or he used a better word for it, but I can't remember what it is. I didn't know about this. I knew it was could happen in some surgeries. I didn't know that I was extra applicable for this. But again, he showed me the photos of what he thought that would look like if it happened, and it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. All in all, I think those three effects together, for me, is preferable to the scars. Simply because I don't want to get outed, and I know that it's something that people recognise a lot more these days. But this is personal choice. I think some people in my exact scenario would have gone for double incision. He said it's pretty much 50-50, like it's just completely up to me what I prefer, and I'm going to go with peri, and he said that that's absolutely fine. So I finally know which surgery I'm getting. Ta-da! There we go. And I'm really, really excited. I thought he was going to show me all these horrendous photos of like the worst cock-ups possible and say this is what your chest will look like, and he didn't at all. He showed me a lot of the worst example photos, and they were still something I would be very happy with. So I really left overjoyed. I could have cried of happiness. I was just thrilled. And now I have 11 days until my actual surgery, so I'm also obviously really, really excited for that. And I'll make a whole separate video about all of that. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to be in hospital for 2 nights, and I'm going back home, and I'm coming back the Thursday after again for them to just check everything, and I think I'm getting drains put in, so to get the drains taken out. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you can ask me on my Instagram, which I've already tagged. You can comment down below. I'm usually pretty good at replying to kind of comments if they're questions. And even if they're not, I don't know. I try and be as active as I can. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'll link my main Instagram as well. I don't really post ever about trans things on there, but if you want to keep up with my life, you can do. And thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.